Good day all you wonderful people, welcome to AdventureTogether. My name's Al. Welcome to day 6 in the White Mountains National Park. Behind me I have Steve the Pirate and a big scary ghost. What is all this plastic wrap in aid of?
It's a shower curtain. And it keeps me dry when it's raining.
Rob, the hard red panda.
Arr. It's a hard R.
Right, someone explain where we're going today.
I don't think we know where we're going. We're going to
Mount Denzel, Washington.
We're heading that way. We're not going to get there today.
No, because if we did it would be late in the day, and also there's rain predicted, so we're going to stay off that peak until tomorrow. But today we are climbing. Climbing. Can't wait to get up that.
Yay.
The founder of the club and a supportive wife, Priscilla Saunders Robertson, climb every mountain. Well, you can, Priscilla, but I'm only climbing the ones that I have to. And apparently I have to do that. The White Mountains are the toughest terrain on the Appalachian Trail, and since the very start of coming in here, and even before when we were planning it, we planned about 10 days of 10 miles a day. Long days, low mileage, and we said that the three of us were going to stick together the whole way through so that we could help each other put our bags up, bags down, grab trekking poles, help each other, help in hand and things like that, just to get over some of this really tough terrain. It's been really hard going, and we've all pushed ourselves 100% trying to get to camp and trying to make up those miles, because sometimes making 10 in a day has been very challenging for all of us. So today we don't know how far we're going to be going. We are just going to try and make it as far as we can make it without hitting the Mount Washington summit, because there's a lot of storms, and it says don't go up there when there are thunderstorms, because it's a really open space and you're likely to get struck by lightning if you go up there. Plus the winds can get up to 200 miles an hour at some point, so best to stay safe. But before the Washington summit there are 3 mountains. There's Mount Webster, which we're going to hit first, which is 3,910 feet. Then we're going to go on to Mount Jackson, which is 4,052 feet. And then if we make it that far, we're going to hit Mount Pierce, which is 4,310 feet in elevation. So a lot of climbing today. And it's not just up, because they're peaks, it's going to be horrible, ups and downs. And this rocky terrain doesn't make it easy. Oh, and if you hadn't guessed already, there's a common theme in the names of these mountains, and they're named after American presidents. So there's the whole range of mountains here are called the Presidentials, and they're known for being some of the toughest mountains to climb on the East Coast. So that ridge you see in the distance in the center of the frame, that's Franconia Ridge. We were there 2 days ago, and it's amazing to think that in 2 days we've walked all the way from there to where we're standing now. That big boy behind me is the first mountain on our list today, Mount Webster. And we've still got quite the distance to go. Sort of turned a corner and thought we were there, and then there it is, looming over the top of us. That ominous peak in the distance, shrouded by cloud, is Mount Washington. What's odd is how quickly we've moved from the really lush pine forest to this, what looks like it's all dead and there's no real life here. Do you like rock climbing? Well guys, you made it! Mount Webster, 3,910 feet. Woo!
Yay.
Always enthusiastic. So, on to the next one, which is 4,000 and blah 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 feet. We just found the bagel mushroom. Ooh, hungry. The forbidden bagel. 4,052 feet. We is above everything. We are higher than the mountains. And that's actually true because the mountain is at our feet. Physics for you, boy. Guys, you did it! It's the summit of Mount Jackson.
We bet.
I'm too delirious.
What was it like on the way up?
Terrible. Horrible rock climbing. Straight up vertical cliffs.
There's some sketchy hand over hand spots.
I've learned a whole lot about rock climbing the past few days. And today I think it's all come to a head.
This future rock climber and champion of the world.
No. I'm telling you, after this trail, I will never step foot on a rock again. Oh, is that the hut? I think it is.
Over there, you can see Mount Washington on the center right. And you can see that ridge that we're going to have to follow all the way up to it. We reached another hut, the Mizpah Spring Hut. Looks like Panda's inside checking out what's going on in the hiker box. So let's go and join him.
I personally would not go into one.
This is what the bunk rooms inside these huts look like. So you've got the beds there, the ladder to get to the top. That's your mattress. I'm sure that they give you some sort of linen. A couple of windows and things like that. Wonder if there's any outlets around here. It's out of Mizpah into the rain and onto wet slippery rocks. Not a good idea. Well, welcome to a very misty Mount Pierce, 4,310 feet. This is the last of the peaks that we thought we were going to get over today. It's getting pretty late. We're going to try and make it to Lake of the Clouds hut and see if we can get a cheap room or a work for stay or something like that. It's raining, it's misty, it's windy, and it's freezing cold. And we are trekking as far as we can get. It's a very, very wet afternoon, and whoa, it's a lot of rock hopping to try and get through this, and it's very dangerous when the rocks are wet, and as soon as you get up on top of one, the wind is screaming against you, trying to thrash you off of the rocks, trying to knock you to the floor. One false move and the thru hike's over. There's been a few people over the last couple of days that have hurt their ankles, twisted a knee or something. Just like in Pennsylvania, the weather is absolutely brutal. We're out on this exposed ridge, as we have been for the last couple of hours after leaving Mizpah, and now I have some solace back amongst the trees. Kind of takes the wind out of everything. Still freezing cold though, and everything we have, remember this, everything we have is where it always is. The trail maintenance crew drilled in these rebars that look like hooks. When we've been coming down them, we just think you've got to be really careful not to catch your toes underneath, otherwise you're going flying down the rock all the way onto more rocks. It looks like now, whoa, pick up my pulse. It looks like now we are heading out of the trees again. Only 30 seconds of and then back into the wind. Wow, just look at this. After battling hours of terrible weather, dreadful weather, we've made it to Lake of the Clouds hut, and now we've got to find some way of getting a bed here.
Plants, but I'll first open the floor. They couldn't get the permission like that would definitely not be.
We've changed into some warm clothes, and we found some beds to stay in. We're going to be sleeping on the dining room floor, and at least we're out of the bad weather. So with that, that's it from me. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Next we're on to Mount Jackson, 4,052 feet.